at the first one here. Thanks for joining me. So if you guys saw, I had a post yesterday, and I just posted now to remind you guys that I was going to be on. So hopefully you guys see that on the group and will join me. I am doing winter-inspired jewelry today. So I am going to be showing you 3 different earrings, as you can see here on my screen. So I have 3 different styles. So I have some dangles, but I know, hey Yanka, I know some people don't like super huge dangly earrings, so I have a little shorter one here. So I kind of have different lengths. This one is more blingy. It's heavy. Hi, yes, you eat beans. Hi, Leah. So we're going to be focusing on these 3 pairs of earrings. And then I also have, at the end, a few pieces that you may have forgotten about or haven't seen, maybe, that you would possibly like for a necklace focal, for winter-themed jewelry. Hi, Andrea. So, wow, we're getting a lot of people already. That's great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I have all my parts here. I'm going to start pulling them out. And then we can go ahead and we can get started. So I'll probably start on the simple ones first. So let me get my head pins here. Definitely gonna need head pins today. Lots of head pins today. And you'll see why as we go through this. So, okay, we'll start with that for now. Okay, now, I used so let me push these ones back for the moment. We're going to start with this one. So, I used, as my main focal bead here, I used our Aqua Crackle bead. And it is 10 millimeter. Kelly, hi. Bonnie, hello. Just getting started, guys. So we're doing winter-inspired jewelry. So I love these beads, our Crackle beads. And these are the 10 millimeter. And I like them because when you look at them up close, they have that crackle effect. But especially for the winter jewelry inspired, I loved these because as soon as I saw them, they reminded me of like cracked ice. So that's why I wanted to use these. Now, as you'll see here when I go to make these earrings, I show you, these have a slightly larger hole on them. So you can see that. Let me show you. You can see they have a larger hole there. So when I go to put my head pin, it slides right through. So this is how we avoid that. All right, so I will show you on my finished one here. I did a little wrappy-do. I don't think that's the technical term. But I did a little wrapping. And it just gives your piece another little added touch, I think, as well with the design. Makes it look a little fancier, but technically, it's so my head pin, because it won't stay put and the bead falls off. So, there's a little trick for you. If you ever have a bead that you want to use, but it's too big, the hole, and it slides right off your head pin, this is a little trick so that you can still use your beautiful bead and not worry about it. So I'm going to get my nose pliers here, and I cut off the little end. I had the flat head end on my head pins, and we're just going to start looping. So I start at the end of the nose, this because you can't, I don't want it real big, so I start at the very end, and I just slowly start to loop like you're making an actual loop, you know, when you go to like hang something. Hey Beans, did I say hi to you? My head's going in a million directions because I'm trying to make earrings and talk, make sure I don't miss anybody, and do this halfway decent. So you just want to slowly start to wrap and just keep wrapping it along itself. Okay? See? You just kind of have a loop there. And then we can put our bead on. Now, that's a little farther than I want, right? I want it kind of more center, like right under the bead. So I will take my other pliers and I will just kind of move that a bit. Take it from the bottom there of the loop and kind of bend it some so that it's more uniform with my bead. Hey Tara! I feel like I made this a little bigger than I wanted. You know what? I think I kind of do that. Dropping my bead. Okay. So that's decent. I can always go back and fix it later. Okay. So, there's your little tip there. So now, I need a little rondelle. Where's my little rondelles? I'm losing everything today, guys. I thought I had everything that I needed, and I was all together, and now I'm not. I hate when that happens. So I need a little teeny rondelle here, which I'm not seeing. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, wait, you know what? It might be in here, actually. Sorry, guys. One of those days. Oh, my goodness. Losing my mind here. No, it's not in there either. Where did my... I don't know where it went. Okay. So, anyways, I'm just going to show you here because it has disappeared on me. I use these connectors as my earring drops. I love these. I would have to double check, but I want to say that we also have them in the brass. I'm sorry. Gary, thank you. I'm glad I'm not alone, guys. I'm so sorry. This should not be happening. It's just, oh my goodness. I seriously thought I had like everything, and now it's like all disappearing on me. So, like I said, I think we have these in brass, but I'm not positive. But So I do, I mean, this part, you guys really don't need to see this anyways, because you guys know how to do this. It's not, you know. Hey, Deborah. So I really mainly wanted to show you the tip on using a bead and you think you can't use it anymore because it keeps sliding off the head pin, and what you can just very easily do with your head pin then, and just kind of give it a little swirly loop on the end. And it, like I said, it almost gives it a little more of a fancy look, which you're not even necessarily, you know, purposely trying to do, but it makes you look a little more fancy. So you can put whatever beads. Thanks, Karen. You can put whatever beads you want. I did the little rondelle, the little silver rondelle, and then I did a little bubble bead. That's what I call them. It's like a little AB clear bead. Hey, Michelle! And then I hung it, like I said, from our connector here. These filigree connectors. And then you can just hang this off of your ear wire. So very simple, easy, not super long, not super big. They're not heavy on your ear. Like I said, we have plenty of these beads in stock. These are the 10 millimeter, so they're a little bit big. But I kind of like 10 millimeter. I say all the time that my favorite is 8 millimeter. But that is more for when I am doing necklaces and like my memory wire bracelets, which I sell in my Etsy shop. But for earrings, sometimes I like using bigger beads just because I have dark hair for the most part. It's like really dark right now. It's like almost black. And I have curly hair and I like big hair. I was an 80s child. I don't know what you want for me. Bigger better, you know? So I like lots of volume and everything. And so sometimes, for me personally, it's hard to see my earrings because my hair covers them. So I prefer using bigger beads because then they can stand out and you can actually see them through my hair. So like I said, this is the 10 millimeter. But because it has that bigger hole, I was like, oh, really? I was like, no, what? And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just do a little loop on the end with my head pin, and it gives it a little more of like a finished look, and I still get to use my bead, and it looks good. It looks intentional, you know? It's not like one of those things that's like, what? You know? It looks nice. It looks finished. It gives it a little something extra, and voila. And like I said, I love these beads because they remind me of cracked ice. So that's our first pair. Hopefully I do better on the second pairs. Oh my goodness. I think I was more focused on those because they're a little more intricate that I forgot like all about that one. Hey, Chris. Okay, so next, and I think one of my beads dropped, go figure. So I'm trying to see where it landed now. But I will look for it after. Okay, so next, I'm going to do these ones, I think. Okay, so these are our blingy pair. Okay, so for these, you are going to start with a head pin. And we are going to cut the end off. And everything that I'm using, it's in stock on our site, bcboutiques.com. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make a loop on the end. Okay. And then we're going to start putting our beads. So I have some larger AB bubble beads, and these beads that I'm using are in our bead mix, our pink bead mix. And I'm going to look it up right now. I think it's called Barbie, but I'm going to make sure to give you the right name. But several of the beads that I'm using, yes, Barbie Pink. So it's the Barbie Pink bead mix. It's crystal and pink, mostly glass. And there's still like 10, no, I think there's like nine bags in stock still. And it's a great mix. And like I said, I'm doing winter themed jewelry here today. You know, there's no pink in sight. You know, I love pink. I adore pink. There's no pink. And yet this mix is still perfect for using for winter inspired jewelry. So I'm going to start doing my beads here. So I start with one of my bubble beads, and then I am using our AB rondelles, and these are the wavy kind of edged rondelles. And I did, for mine, I did 5 of the bubble beads and 4 of the rondelles. Just so you know what I did. So we're going to put all these on there. Hopefully you guys can see me. Not that it's rocket science to, you know, put some beads on a head pin. I think we're all more than capable of doing that. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to cut it again, and we're going to make a loop. I'm actually going to start to bend it, kind of like a U shape. Okay, I cut that. Everyone's so quiet today. Even Debbie and Beans. Okay, so we're going to start. Do you see how I kind of like shaped that? Kind of made it like a slight U. Okay, so then from here, we are going to use some chain. I like delicate chain. I hope you guys are just like intently watching and not like bored. Okay, so I have some very delicate chain that I had in my stash. So I am going to cut this. You can see that. There's my chain. I'm going to cut this, and we're going to attach it to my loops. So give me 1 second, because I have to count this, because I'm very precise. Very precise. So, let's see here. Okay, so there's my first piece. I'm trying to cut off. It's so little too, this chain, that my eyes are like making sure I count it correctly. You're learning? Okay. I hope I'm not boring you. Okay. Alright, so there's one piece. Alright, I need to cut my other piece. got that. So now we're going to add our chain. Never boring. Okay, thank you, Karen. At least I know you're not bored. Okay, I need to try to make sure I'm doing this on camera too. Okay, so these links are so little. Just give me a second there, guys. Okay, so there's our first link of chain. Okay, and then we're gonna go with our second link of chain here. And you don't want to go too long with these, with the chain. It does. It takes time, doesn't it? It's like my eyes start to go like cross-eyed when I'm trying to count it. You know, because all the teeny little links, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss one. It's almost like you're seeing double, right? And then trying to get it on the loop. It's like threading a needle, right? Like when you go to get that thread, like, and you're like one eye open, one eye closed. Okay. Got that part on. Okay, so then what we do is we get a jump. That I dropped. And okay, so gasp, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but all of my earrings and the pieces that I'm showing today are silver when I am a gold girl. I have gold on my fingers to make up for it. But you can, by all means, if you're like me and you like gold, by all means. I just, when I think winter jewelry and I think ice and I don't know, crystal and all that, like I kind of went for the silver. It just complemented each other better for me, personally. But by all means, if you want to do gold, silver is your favorite. There you go, Karen. Okay, so I'm going to bend that a little bit more. Okay. So see how we have that forming there? Okay. So then, let's see what I'm doing here. Okay. So then, okay, what do I want to do now here? We will do that part. Okay. I'm trying to see what part I want to take you through next, you know? Okay, so we're going to do our ear wire drop. So we're going to take another head pin. We'll do the dangle last. All right, so I'm going to cut this and make a loop. But before I completely close it, I'm going to go ahead and put our jump on here. Okay. Now, I'm using these little pearlized tulip beads. And we're gonna straighten that up. Okay. So far, so good. Then I did another one of the wavy rondelles. And then I did another one of the bubble beads, which is what fell and disappeared from me before. Telling you guys. Very hard to see on this carpet too. But it is gone. It decided to go away. Okay, so I did the bubble bead, and then you can just hook your bead after. So I'm going to take those off just for the moment, just so they're not going everywhere when I show you the middle part. So we're going to take another jump. I'm going to show you here. So I have another jump in the middle there, and it's slightly larger than the ones that we used before. Hello, happy Thursday to you too. Thank you for joining. You're missing my my day here today. It's going a little nuts today. A little frazzled today. Okay. So hopefully, I think this is large enough. Okay. So we're going to take this. Oh, wait. You know what? First, another head pin. I told you, we're going to use like a bazillion head pins today. Okay. And I am using, okay, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but sometimes you just need to see something in person. And these are absolutely gorgeous when you see them in person. These are the Crystal AB turbine beads. Oh no, you weren't watching before. I'm dropping things. I'm forgetting parts that I needed, that I thought I had everything collected and together. One of those days. Okay, these are gorgeous. When you see the light, it's like a prism. I'm telling you, there are a bunch of these in stock. Let me check here. But when you see them in person, they're absolutely stunning. So I'm looking them up now to show you guys. Yeah, the picture, like, we do our best with our pictures. We really do. Mom works really hard, and I've been trying to do good on Etsy. But you can't see the light going through them when you see the flat picture. You just need to see something in 3D sometimes. And I'm telling you, when it hits the light, it's like a prism. I can't even, like, I can see it here, like in person, like in front of me. But especially around this rim here, like you can see all the different colors. There's like purple and blue and, hi Andrea, you're fine. And so there's 18 of these in stock and packages, because you receive 6 beads per package of these. And they're gorgeous. So I really wanted to use these because I just felt like you guys really needed to be able to see what these truly look like. So I'm going to take and put it, oh wait, you know what? Okay, so I need to put this on my head pin. Okay, we're not cutting this one. This one's staying put. Now we're cutting. After I get my jump here. Okay, so we're gonna put this on our jump right here in the middle, okay? So we're gonna hang it like so. And then we're going to cut this. And start to close this. Don't close it completely, because then we're going to hang it from jump here. If I can pick up my earring. Yes. Thank you, Karen. Yes, these are the glass check turbine beads. Oh, can't talk. And they are gorgeous. I was just saying, I wanted to make sure I showed you these today because, like I said, we do our best with our pictures. Mom really does a great job with her pictures on the site, and I've really been trying hard with my Etsy pictures. But some things you just need to see in person. A flat picture just doesn't do it justice. And these are absolutely gorgeous when you see them in person. They have that iridescence, and they're like a rainbow prism. Like, can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that, like that light bouncing off of them. I'm trying not to move too fast, but they're just absolutely stunning, and they're absolutely perfect for like winter. Like, you know, when you see the snow, that first fall of like fresh snow before it gets, you know, all dirty and everything from cars passing by, and it just has that shimmer like across the top of it, and it like glistens. That's kind of what these remind me of, like that glistening little shimmer that goes across the very top of that snow. And they go so perfectly with these bubble beads. Alright, so we do that, like I said, and then I'll put my tulip bead on here again. And then I used another little rondelle, and then I used another one of those bubble beads, which fell on the floor and decided to go into hibernation and hide from me. So this is the one that is completely finished that I have for you guys to show you guys. So this is that outcome. They're like perfect bridal, I think. Like wedding winter earrings. So that is the finished earring. Okay. So then lastly, we're going to do kind of like, I guess you would call them, like, so those are kind of like chandelier, I guess. The next ones that I'm doing, the last pair, thank goodness, and hopefully these go okay. These are fringe style, is kind of what I would call them. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started on those. So what we start with, which these I'll show you real quick again. These are the fringe style in case you came in and you didn't see my table from before. These are our fringe style earrings that we're gonna make. Okay. Aw, thank you. Okay, so get all of those. Okay, so give me 1 minute here, guys. I'm collecting my pieces. Okay, so there's that. Make sure I have one of these, my little red bead. Okay, so we're going to start, believe it or not, we're going to start with a jump. And now you could probably make these fringe style earrings, like you could make them more full, I guess I would say. if you wanted. I didn't make them quite as full. I used a total of 6 beads on mine. But I mean, you could do more. There's some earrings that are completely just like that fringe of beads. I just wanted a little bit of that fringe, you know? Just a little like flirtiness, little sassiness, you know, like me. And when you see them, like when I was looking at the picture that I really liked, I found all my pictures, like my inspiration pictures to base all my earrings off of from Pinterest. That's usually where I find stuff like that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. They look like they'll be fussy and intricate, and it's like, how do I go about even making these? But it's actually quite simple. It's not that hard, to be honest. So, I don't know, maybe some of you have made some of these before already, and so if you have, I'm sorry. Or maybe I'll use a different technique than you've used in the past, I don't know. But hopefully this is useful for you guys still in some way. So, we start with 2 beads. So let me get my 2 beads. Thank you, Karen. I really like them too. I really like that just little pop of red right on the bottom. Just a little bit of color. And these are frosted. These are like matte frosted beads, which Kelly, if you're still there, I know you love the matte frosted look like me. So, we start with 2 head pins, our 2 beads, and a jump. So, I'm going to get our bead on here. We're gonna cut. Make our loop. And we're going to put this on our jump. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't get that. There we go. Okay. Next bead. Put it on there. Have any of you made these type of earrings? Like the fringe style? Have you tried them before? I'm curious. Alright. We're going to put it on our jump. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put this on a head pin. Might make it a little easier for me. Go ahead and have it on here so I can hold it. Okay, so this is how we start. Okay? Then we do 2 more jumps. You love the look, Karen? Have you made them before? This look? Have you tried them? Oh, you have. Okay. Is this kind of how you go about making yours? Okay, so you will go in between your 2 beads and you're going to put your jump like so, up and down like vertical, and then we're going to take our other jump and whoops, put it on there. Yes? Okay. So this isn't new to you then. This is something that you've done before. Just trying to make sure my jumps are kind of even and closed here. Oh, not with this technique. Okay. All right, so now we have our 2 jumps. So now we're going to go back to adding 2 beads to our second jump that we just added. So head pins. Told you we're using tons of head pins today. Oh, does it? Okay, good, good. I'm glad that this is a new technique for you and that it could also be maybe easier for a look that you really like. Yay! Okay, so then we're just gonna, do our little loops. And like I said, I only used like 6 beads total. But you could go further with this, and use more and just strictly stick to just doing like that fringe look. Because some do get pretty fancy and pretty like full, with those beads. Or they like to use a little bit of like a smaller bead, so they're not necessarily, I don't want to say seed beads, but they're more like 3 or 4 millimeter beads, like little pearls or whatever, and they're just like really full and... Oh, good. I'm glad. You like that I don't overdo. Okay, good. Good. And yes, I love the frosted look. It's very fitting for winter, right? So I love these beads. We have them in different colors as well. We have them in a slightly, like they have just a little bit of like a clear, like white look on the bottom, and then the top half of them is red. They're very pretty as well. I almost used them, but I didn't, just because I'm very particular. You guys know this about me. And because I was using silver, the veining on that particular bead was just a teeny bit of gold. It had a little bit of gold. And so I do like two-tone, but because everything I was using was silver, I decided to go with the matte AB ones and just kind of stick with that theme. So. Alright, so guys, I have my 2 beads on here. What's our next step now? Two jumps. Go back to doing 2 more jumps. But see how that's kind of water falling, kind of giving that fringe look? So these are our last 2 beads of this style, but then I hang my red bead from the bottom, which we will do. So and my nails are so short right now, they don't want to pick anything up. Okay, so I want to try to go in between our beads. Can you guys see that? Hoping I'm showing you okay on camera. Sometimes it's hard. Alright, so I try to get it in between the 2 beads. Oh, I think my pliers are in the way. There we go. Okay. I think I did that right. Let me make sure. Make sure I went on the right jump there. Trying to find my new one here. My eyes are playing tricks on me again, Karen. There we go. Ah! Okay. Close my jump. Close this one a little bit more. Okay. Last 2 beads. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. The other night when I made my first one, actually, I had no issues. Like, it kind of went really smoothly. Of course, that's what always happens when you're just playing at home, right? And then when you go to do this live, that's when everything goes downhill. And I look like I don't know what I'm doing. You're like, why are you showing this to us? Because apparently you don't even know what you're doing, don't know how to do this. Oh, goodness. Okay. Always. It looks better to you? Okay, I'm so glad. Well, if you decide, because you said you do love this look, right? So if you decide to try it, let me know. I'd be really interested to know what you think. If it is easier when you actually go to try it, and if you like the outcome, like how it looks finished. And if you guys like this look, you know, by all means, I mean, if you want to try to attempt a similar look, or even, you know, whatever, go for it. Doesn't bother me. If you really like these, you know. Alright, so there we have our waterfall of beads. Okay. So now we're going to add our red bead. Get them in focus here for you guys. So what we're going to do is I added 3 more jumps because I wanted that red bead to come lower than our other beads. And have the right length. So we're going to add 3 jumps to get it to the right spot. Keep dropping my jumps here. Dropping everything today. Let's be real here. Real life. That's for sure. Okay. So got all 3 of my jumps on there. I believe. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. I knew that didn't look right. Ay, ay, ay. I accidentally put it on the main jump instead of the next one down. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna fake it till I make it today. Okay, butter. All right, so now we're gonna take head pin. Whoa, surprise, surprise. Put our red bead. We're gonna cut. And then we're just gonna put it on that last jump. Okay. Oops, that came off the top. Okay, so there is our waterfall beads with our red bead. And then I did, to finish it, I did a little rondelle, and then I used, where is my bead here? Oh goodness, where did it go? Did I not bring it? I used these beads, which they're kind of like a larger rondelle style, and they're just clear. And these, again, with the bubble beads that I used on our chandelier earrings, they come from that Barbie mix, that pink Barbie bead mix. Oh, there's my rondelle. I found my rondelle. But now I can't find my other bead. I switched one for the other. Okay, so I do the rondelle, and then I did the crystal bead. I did a little silver beaded spacer bead, and then I did the little tiny bubble bead on the top. And that's your finished look. So, not difficult. Easier, you know, it's a slightly time consuming depending, you know, with the jumps, adding all the jumps. But overall, it's a pretty easy way to get a more intricate, fancy earring look. So those are our winter inspired fringe earrings. So we have those, and then we had our chandelier that we made. And then we had our blue ones with the crackle beads. So I will show you those in 1 second. second. And they're more simpler, too. But these were our blue cracked ice. Like I said, more simple. Nice way to use a bigger bead that has a bigger hole if you want. And a nice way to use these connectors. And I have to double check. I know at one point we did have them in the brass ox finish as well. But we might just have them in the silver right now. I'm not sure. But those are the simple blue ones. So those are our 3 winter-inspired earrings. Yay, I got through them. Kind of. At least I had the finished ones to show you guys. Since some of these beads went AWOL on me. But now I have a couple pieces that I'm just going to show you quickly before I jump off here. And I am going to see what you guys think of them for winter as pendants. So 2 of them, thanks Karen. Thanks for sticking with me today. Okay, so this is silverware silver plate. And it just totally reminds me, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate it. You too stuck with me today. You really did. I appreciate it. Okay, so it really reminds me of a snowflake. It's flat, so it will lay really nicely. And I'm trying to get the size for you. So 1 second. So let's see. It is 47 millimeters. So it's a decent size. So I'll hold it in my hand again. You can see in the palm of my hand. And you could add a little rhinestone right there if you wanted a little flat back or a little pearl. And then I also brought, to show you guys if you wanted, but it reminds me of a snowflake. You could take cup chain. Doesn't it look like a snowflake? And we've talked about this before, Bisou and I, about not wanting to colorize the silver or silver plate because it is a pricier finish and it is so pretty. So why would you want to mess with that? Kind of we like to colorize some of our other plating finishes or buff it back or whatever, but the silverware we kind of leave alone. So instead of trying to colorize this with anything, you could just add some cup chain. And then it would still get that effect of the glistening and the glitter of the snow. And you see that? Let me zoom out just slightly so you guys can see that. Yeah. No, that's, yeah. Or a Monty or something. I'm going to bring this up in my hand so you can see this better. But I'm putting it right, as you can see, I don't know if you want to call it veining, but these lines right here that go, that's where I'm kind of placing the cup chain. And you can just use a little bit of E6000. And glue that on there. And just really bring it to life. This is your favorite finish, Karen? I'm going to try to... Another line of rhinestones. I love cup chain and using it to embellish things. And I think it's perfect for the silver because you don't really want to mess with the finish itself. But how stunning would that be as a necklace pendant once you finish that? And there's these little pierced holes, so perfect for hanging right there. It would make a beautiful brooch too. So then we have another one that's kind of similar, and it's from our 1928 line, our Bead 1928. It's the old silver finish. And it's a little bit smaller, so if this is a little big for you, and you don't like, you know, huge, we have this one. And again, this kind of reminded me of a snowflake. This one has a top hanging hole. Let me see. I'm going to try to get the size on this one for you guys. But this one is super pretty too. Yeah. The cup chain makes it pop. And like I said, it gives like that glistening snow effect without really messing with your silver finish. Oh, yeah, I mean, if you like huge earrings, go for it, girl. I like huge earrings. Like I said, I was talking about that earlier. I like, for the most part, I do use 8mm beads, but I prefer them on my necklaces and my memory wire bracelets that I make for my Etsy shop. But when it comes to earrings, I do prefer larger beads just because of my hair. It's really dark, it's curly, I like big hair. So for it to like be able to even like kind of see them, I need bigger beads. So yeah, that's why I used that Crackle bead that I did, the blue one, because it was 10mm. Okay, so this is trying to get the measurement here. 38 by 32. So it's a decent size too. It's not as big as this one, but this might be nicer for earrings. And this might be better for like a pendant. But if you don't like huge pendants either, then this could still make a nice pendant. If you wanted, you could make this a pendant and make matching earrings and do a full set. This would make a great pendant, and it also would make a nice brooch. If you're a brooch person, like I know Colleen is. So those are two ideas that kind of remind me of like snowflakes. You could always put a little chaton right in the middle there. There's a little dip right in the center there. If you wanted to put a stone, you could. But this is our old silver, the Bead 1928 line. And then this is our silverware silver plate. And then the last piece I wanted to show you guys is a locket. There's not a ton of these left. I think there's like 6 left in stock. And then I think we have one other one, another style, and there might be like 2 left in stock. I'm not sure. But look how cute this little filigree ball locket is. You could put a bead in there, like a larger, one of the non-drilled lucite beads. You could place them in there and have like a little bit of color, but it kind of looks like an ornament. And it opens right here in the front. You just lift that up right there. And it opens. Let me get the measurement on this. But this is adorable. I think it's very unique as well. I had it here. Where is it? I lost it. There it is. Okay. It's 20 millimeters. So again, I'll close that and show you guys. And it's in a silver finish. Right? Yeah. So we have this one, and there's about 6 of them left in stock. And then we have one other one. It's a very similar style, and I think there might be like 2 left in stock. But yeah, I would definitely go and grab these up. You hear the little click there, just make sure it's closed. Has the little hanging bail on there already for you. All you got to do is put it on some chain or like a leather cord, and you're good to go. And like I said, you could add a pretty bead inside to have a little bit of color if you wanted, or you could just leave it as is and wear it like that. So those are my 3 little extra pieces that I wanted to show you guys for winter for necklaces, if you're more of a necklace person than earring person, with our cup chain there. Lastly, before I get off here, I wanted to show you, starting today and until they run out, we have a new giftie for you guys for any orders that come in that are 35 and up. So I'm going to show you guys. And some of these yes. Yep, you can change it anytime you want. Isn't that cool? So, they are all different. I will show you. These gifties. Everyone has a vintage resin flower. And some of these vintage parts, they were actually given to Bisou by a friend from the group. They wanted her to have them. And then also there's these acrylic check looking style beads as well. Like I said, each bag is slightly different, but it is a great little giftie. And you will receive one with an order of 35 and up. So, check out our bowl here. I'm going to try to zoom out so you can see. I still don't think you can see the whole, there we go. You can see the bowl there filled with our goodies. So starting today, if you put it in order 35 and up, you will receive one of these beautiful, colorful bags with gorgeous vintage carved floral beads and resin flowers and other pretty beads. And then I just wanted to remind you all that Bisou and I will be on Saturday, this Saturday at 1:30 Eastern Time. It will be our first class for the Regency Jane Austen. So we will be on at 1:30 live here on YouTube. So I hope you guys can all join us. The more the merrier, of course. Thank you all so much for putting up with me today and my little mishaps and sticking through to the end. I really appreciate it. Even with all the bumbling around. I hope you guys still had fun, and I hope maybe you saw at least something that you enjoyed or learned, or a tip or something that you appreciated. So thank you again for being with me today. This will be posted afterwards. You can watch if you need to go back and see anything. You watch it as many times as you want. Please like, if you could. If you liked this video, if you could give it a little like, a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you've not already, which I think all of you have. But, and then comments. I know we keep stressing that. I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing Bisou and I talk about it, but it really, really, really means a lot. We love all of your support. I love you being with me here on the live and bringing it to life. But those comments underneath when it's actually posted really, really helps us with our ranking, not just on YouTube, but on Google as well. It lets them know that people do like us, they like our videos. And so if you could just leave a little message underneath, just even if it's just hi, or that you watched, I would really appreciate it. We always look back and look for the comments and try to answer them. So thank you again so much. Love you all. Hope you have fun. If you try any of these designs, let me know. Post on the group. If you're not part of our Bisou creative group, please join us on Facebook. It's an awesome group. So I'd love to see what you come up with. And I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. I'll see you this weekend.